Hello and welcome to another edition of MassCAC Student Athlete Spotlight, where each week we highlight an amazing student athlete from around the conference. I'm Emily Liu, MassCAC Assistant Commissioner, and speaking with me today is Thanos of Plymouth State Football. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm very excited.
So, how did you start playing football?
So that journey actually started a long time ago. My father had put me into it when I just Pee-wee, as you know, when we were kids. Maybe 2005, I could think, was my first year. So, you don't know much at that age, but you're playing with other kids and you're learning what it is to be active. And then obviously that just progressed into middle and high school. And I did grow to love the sport very much. But I definitely think I needed that push from my father, to say the least.
Did you play any other sports growing up?
I did play lacrosse in high school, and I actually found to love it very much. I just think my skill set wasn't exactly there. I don't think it matched anywhere near football. With that being said, however, I was always involved with sports during and out of the school academic years in high school. But I would say football was always my main sport for sure.
Okay, so you are from Old Bethpage, New York. What brought you to Plymouth, New Hampshire and Plymouth State?
So what had brought me here was I knew I wanted something out of state. I always knew that growing up. I wanted that kind of adult experience, and I knew Plymouth State had that. With its livelihood, with its outdoorsy feel. It is a ways from home for sure, but I think that's kind of what pulled me, as funny as that might sound. And actually, they were coming off a tremendously great year. They were, I believe they were 9-1. They'd come off and they had won the MassCAC conference. And I think that had drew a lot of attention for a lot of us that are here today. That got a lot of attention, and they had installed a turf field. And I think with all that being said, it just looked like the place to be.
Right. So speaking of Plymouth State football having a great year, you all have had an amazing year this year. You're heading to a D3 New England Bowl game this weekend against Husson. Can you just kind of talk about what that success means to you, and also the opportunity you have this weekend to compete in a bowl game?
I think that success means everything for all of us involved. We work so hard, and we've had our struggles, and we've had our lopsided years. But I think this year, we really pieced it together, and Coach put a perfect blueprint to find the utmost success out of all his players, including myself. And I think the chemistry was at an all-time high. Every player picking up their side of the field, and we were able to put together a tremendous and successful season, which got us here to this bowl game. There's a lot of excitement going around. I just think, it took a little time, but I think things finally clicked, and we put, we had a hard, long camp, and I think we put a lot of great work into that. We were able to keep our bodies right, and mentally and physically, we stuck around for the whole season. I think that's what got us here for sure.
All right, let's switch gears a little bit away from football, and let's go to the other side of the D3 coin and the student side. So what are you currently studying?
Well, currently, I'm actually in the MBA Business Administration graduate program at the university, and that gave me ability to come back for my 5th year. So, but before that, I was doing broadcasting and communications, and that was my really one true love. I wanted to do sports broadcasting. I had seen it every night on NHL Network, NFL Network, and ESPN. And really, I started to envy and admire a lot of these former athletes, or just these really professional, astounding broadcasters. They speak about what they love. They have everything down pat, statistics, analytics, and it's really just very impressive. So that's actually what I had studied for 4 years here. And then this year is just a graduate program.
So you talked about it a little bit, something that you may be aspiring to, but what are some of your short and long-term goals after you graduate?
So I think short-term goals would be, I'd like to, to think very short. I'd like to finish the semester as strong as I have been. Academically, I've been doing very well, and I want that to put me in a good position in New York, possibly to find some good work with not only the graduate degree, but also my bachelor's in communications and broadcasting together. And I think that's going to help me out very much. And in the long run, I think I'd like to stay with my dream goal, which is to, do sports broadcasting one day. I really think I want to stick with that. In the next 5-year plan, I think, internship, being on, and then one day finding a way to be on TV.
All right, attention, ESPN, CBS, NBC, all of those. We've got some future potential right here. So Coach Castonia shared that you were in a car accident your senior year of high school. What was it like for you bouncing back from that, not only physically to play football, but also mentally?
That's right. I think the bounce back was stronger and much faster than I thought, given how, horrific the car accident really had been. Mentally, even before that, I always wanted to play college football, and I was close, but I wasn't going to let this car accident stop that. With that being said, however, going off your second question of why Plymouth State, I think a lot of offers and opportunities had kind of diminished after the car accident. But, I was very grateful and I was very blessed that Plymouth State stuck around and gave me a second opportunity, which even further pushed me to the university. But as far as physical and mental tolls, it was hard. I was very blessed to have my parents beside me, and they knew that this is something I always wanted, to play college football, and they knew it was going to be very, very difficult to stop that by any means. It meant recovery as fast as possible, eating properly, getting the proper treatment, and that extra push as well to get back in the gym as soon as possible, get back on the training field as soon as possible. It was a miracle, to say the least, but I'm glad to be here today. And, I was blessed to have people by my side to help me get to where I needed to be.
Well, we're very happy you're here today, too.
Thank you.
So, interesting question. If you could have lunch with anyone, alive or dead, who would it be and why?
That's a really good question. I had thought about that question for a long time. I could be corny and go with someone, in the football world, but what, maybe it would be, Coach always mentions this name so much, and, maybe I would have lunch with this guy, but he's in the NFL world. He's in the football world. I hope that's okay.
Yes, of course.
I know a lot of old-time grades. I would say maybe it would be Bill Parcells. Lunch with Bill Parcells. Coach knows I'm very educated in that era of football. I think that man has seen a lot of, and it's not even for the football aspect, but he's seen a lot of great players. He's coached a lot of great players. He's led a lot of great teams, and I think he just has a lot of wisdom, charisma, and knowledge completely outside of the football world for anybody. He's coached a lot of heroes that I look up to. It would have to be him, for sure.
All right. Well, I can't do an interview with you and not ask this question, but what is it like having the same name as an Avengers supervillain?
It hit hard when the movies came out a few years ago. That's when it really hit. And now the dust has kind of settled. I think it's really funny, but that name's actually very popular in Greek culture. You'll find that name's given to a lot of Greek kids. So, I love it. I don't think anyone really noticed too much of the mascot when we were playing teams, however. I don't know if they took a look at their tape or their film and studied their scouting reports, but it definitely, the popularity and attention grew around the university.
It'll be interesting as your career progresses if that ever becomes, kind of an interesting part of conversation. It does. I did look it up, and in Greek, it means immortal, just so you know, in case you didn't know that already.
I
So,
did, but I think you're right. I think it may come up a few more times for sure.
all right. So outside of your name, let's find out some fun little facts about you, okay?
Yep.
All right. Dunkin' or Starbucks?
Oh, Dunkin' Donuts.
What is your go-to order there?
Uh, it would have to be, and this is out of left field, it would definitely be an iced caramel latte.
Ooh, very
Yep.
nice. Okay. Even
Mhm.
during the winter.
Iced caramel macchiato, latte, anything caramel will do. Yep.
All right.
Never drink
Now I
hot
know.
coffee.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So I know you're from New York and you're in New Hampshire now, but water or snow skiing?
Uh, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna say ice skating entirely. Yep.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Did I say skating? I meant skiing, but
That's
that's my
okay.
fault.
Skating. Yep.
Okay. Plymouth State, green or white?
Jerseys.
Yeah. Either
Oh,
that, whichever, period.
white for sure. I love the white.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I forgot one question earlier.
Tell me.
What would it mean for you to be named to the MASCAC All Conference team?
Oh, that would be a tremendous feat. I was, uh, I wasn't even thinking about that award in the summer. It was always something, players in the team in the past have gotten. My mind was totally on how, what could I do for the team? What could we build and what could we establish together? And you see that, we showed a lot of achievement and success. And then I think the word started to flare up a little bit mid-season. Uh, Truth be told, that would mean the world for sure.
Well, I am happy to share with you that you have been named to the MASCAC Football All Conference First Team.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
So I just wanted to share that with you since I had you on here, and congratulations from us at the MASCAC.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That means the world to me. It really does.
All right. Well, that's a great way to wrap up our conversation. Thank you so much for being here today, and stay tuned for another edition of MASCAC Student Athlete Spotlight.